Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2025 NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball Championship at Carnegie Mellon University in beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight's opening round match features the Carnegie Mellon Tartans and the Stevens. And now let's meet the team, starting with the Stevens Ducks and the non-starters for tonight's match. Number 5, Mallory Eder. Number 6, Alexa Brucaleri. Number 12, Kylie McNeil. Number 13, Jenna Hathaway. Number 14, Ava Stewart. Number 15, Elizabeth Peterson. Number 16, Paulina Miller. Number 18, Ella Craver. And number 19, Julianne Danick. And now tonight's starting lineup for the Stevens Ducks. A 6'2" senior middle blocker from Beaumont, California. Number 7, Vivian Lisboa. A 5'11" sophomore outside hitter from McHenry, Illinois. Number 8, Ella Bolin. A 5'10" first year from middle blocker from Syracuse, New York. Number 10, Eva Tiroli. A 5'11" sophomore outside hitter from Hooksett, New Hampshire. Number 11, Sarah Bolda. A 5'6" junior center from the Woodlands, Texas. Number 17, Molly Harris. A 6-foot first year outside hitter from Davenport, Iowa. Number 20, Alyssa O'Neill. And the liberos, a 5'7" sophomore from Lexington, Indiana. Number 3, Rayanne Baker. And a 5'6" first year from Chesapeake, Virginia. Number 4, Leanna Schmieder. The assistant coach for the Ducks is Edward Grinberg. And the head coach for Stevens is Megan Fry. And now let's meet your Carnegie Mellon. Starting with the non-starters for tonight. Number 1, Sophie Pan. Number 3, Bryn Schur. Number 5, Elizabeth Schlemmer. Number 7, Catherine Marshall. Number 14, Sienna Clement. Number 15, Caroline Smith. Number 17, Danny Lee. Number 19, Logan Devereaux. And number 20, Melissa Chin. And now the starting lineup for your Carnegie Mellon Tartans. A 6'2" senior opposite hitter from Houston, Texas. Number 2, Bella Woodard. A 6-foot senior outside hitter from Davie, Florida. Number 4, Catherine Jackson. A 6'2" senior middle blocker from McLean, Virginia. Number 6, Julianne. A 5'7" junior setter from Los Angeles, California. Number 8, Neha Tolkien. A 6-foot senior middle blocker from Hampton High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A 5'9" junior outside hitter from Corte Madera, California. Number 18, Joe. And the liberos, a 5'5" junior from Tavern, California. Number 9, Zoe Catherine. request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect, it's the name of the game. And the officials for tonight's game, the referees are Samantha J. and Gretchen Galloway. The line judges are David Finn and Sherry Hurd.
Welcome to the Highmark Center here on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University for this NCAA D3 Women's Volleyball Regional Tournament matchup between the 3-seeded Carnegie Mellon Tartans and the 6-seeded Stevens Institute of Technology Ducks. I'm Grant Archuleta, joined by Nick Schmeck.
We have got a really good matchup tonight, Grant. This might be the best matchup head-to-head that we've seen all day long. And we've seen some pretty close ones all day here in Pittsburgh on this opening day of the NCAA tournament. This is a Carnegie Mellon team that is coming off the program's first UAA championship, defeating Wash U, a ranked team, 3-0 at Brandeis over the weekend. But they're going up against Stevens team, a team that in many respects dominated the MAC Freedom Conference this season. And this is also a Stevens team that's coming off a conference championship. They're 6th in a row. And both of these teams have some pretty rich NCAA tournament history as of the last handful of years. And this just seems like an ultimate culmination of all of the energy that we've seen here today.
Definitely both teams coming off super confident wins, looking to continue that in the tournament. It is an electric atmosphere here in Highmark Center as Carnegie Mellon hosts this tournament.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Grant, we've been here for a lot of games here at Carnegie Mellon over the past few years. This is one of the loudest and most impressive showings we've ever seen here on this campus for any sport, let alone.
Taya Tamala to start this first set for the Tartans. And fires it right at the libero for the Ducks. And there's a kill, getting this crowd going for number 6, Alexa Brucolari. Tumala still with the serve, the junior from Los Angeles, California. Big block there by Brucolari, kept alive by the Ducks. Tumala with a great save. And that block is out of bounds for the Tartan point.
Really good work up front by Juliana McFarland. No shocker there to see her so involved in the mix. Named the UAA MVP this week, the school's first since 2001.
The Tartans doing a good job to keep this one alive. And there's the kill once again for Brucolari. And the Tartans jump to a 3-0 lead in this first set. Tumala still to serve. That one clips the net, kept alive by the libero of the Ducks. Blocked there by the Ducks, and that's going to fall for a Tartan point.
Well, this match could not have started much better for CMU. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Stevens head coach Macon Fry go to the timeout bag early on.
Catherine Jackson there with the kill. Up for Tiroli. And that one's going to come off the hands of a Tartan and out of bounds for the Ducks' first point of the tournament. Vivian Lisbow to serve for the first possession for the Ducks.
And Lisbow is going to be one to watch for. First team AVCA All-Region for a second year in a row for the Ducks.
And that one a little too far by Woodard.
This is a Stevens team that beat Misericordia in the MAC Freedom Championship this past weekend. They fell behind early, so they know what it's like to fight uphill battles.
And that one's going to be in by Kate John.
She's been so good this season. Another all-UAA player, as many of the CMU athletes on the court are. Second team all-UAA, 2.9 kills per set this year as well. That's top 10 in the conference.
Big block there by the Ducks at the net. Blocked again by the Tartans. Up for Gan. Kept alive by CMU. And there's the kill for the Ducks. Eva Turoli. And the Ducks bench is lively early, trying to neutralize a bit this atmosphere.
That's a good way to try to take the crowd out of it. There's also a handful of Stevens faithful that have made the trip to Pittsburgh as well, coming across the state from Hoboken, New Jersey.
Bolin with the serve, right at Gavros. Kept live by the Ducks. Sent over for the reset. And that kill attempt's going to go just wide for the Stevens point. Juliana McFarland sends that one wide on the kill attempt.
That's a rare miss for her. We've already seen her with 2 kills early on, had 2 of the first 3 in this game.
And that dig by the libero, Gavros, goes straight back over to Stevens, excuse me.
Eva Turoli's been really good here early, coming off a really impressive championship game as well. 9 kills and 3 errors on 18 attacks in that one, so she's heating up at the right time in the season.
Right at Gavroli. And that one knocked out of bounds by Stevens. Catherine Jackson with the kill for the Tartans. And just like you said, Nick, Eva Turoli is the front line for Stevens and the Ducks offense.
Yeah, standing at 5'10". This is a pretty tall front line for Stevens as well. They look pretty dominant up there early by the net.
A little misjudgment there by Jackson, and that one's going to fall for the Duck point. Ella Craver in the game to serve. She sits 4th on the team in digs. Kept in by Gavroli. And there's going to be a violation on the Ducks, and that's going to be a Tartan point. As Danny Lee checks in the game for the Tartans.
Danny Lee, another one who's kind of assuming a new role here as of late, as one of this team's top setters.
And that kill attempt by Allison O'Neill goes long.
That's the MAC Freedom Rookie of the Year there, Alyssa O'Neill. Also a second-team All-Conference selection this year for the Ducks.
And that one by O'Neill will find the court for the Ducks point. Schmieder, the libero from Chesapeake, Virginia to serve. Sends to the backcourt, and it's too long. Good eyes by Jackson and the Tartans bench.
Both of these teams very good at serving. Stevens leading the MAC Freedom with 2.6 aces per set. CMU similar, 2.4 aces per set. That's second in the UAA.
Jackson goes cross court. Up for O'Neill, off the hands of Gan. And out of bounds for the Ducks point. Going back to that point, Nick, the serve receivers so important in this match with two great service teams.
Yeah, the defenses are really under a lot of pressure here tonight, especially when you have first-year student Alyssa O'Neill delivering attacks like that. She's coming off a double-double in the MAC Freedom Championship with 15 kills and 13 digs, her 7th double-double of the season, and she is really heating up early as well for Stevens.
Down with the kill off the hands of a couple of Ducks and out of bounds for the Carnegie Mellon point. Dug out by Stevens. And there's a kill there for O'Neill. Sarah Bolduck checking into the game at the front line.
She's coming off a pretty good performance as well. She hit .625 in the conference championship. 16 kills and just 1 error on 24 attacks. It's a very well-rounded Stevens squad.
And there's a block. As soon as she comes in, she makes a difference. Ella Bolin.
That's another second-team all-conference mention for Stevens. It's a very well-decorated court we've got here tonight.
Kept alive by Lee. Up for Schlemmer. Sends it all the way up into the rafters, does O'Neill. Up for Schlemmer again and able to drop it right in front of the diving libero. Schmeider.
What a nice find there by Schlemmer. That'll be her first kill of the night. And she's had that vision all season long. It's really paying off here at the NCAA tournament level.
Tumala to serve. Blocked to the net by a couple of Tartans. Sent over for the reset. Tumala underneath it. Sent cross court, and there's a kill for Bella Woodard.
She's hitting .213 on the season, Woodard, with 1.7 kills per set. Had 9 in their championship against Wash U.
And that block is out of bounds. Ella Boland with another kill for the Ducks. The 6'2", Vivian Lisboa to serve. The Tartans able to keep this one alive. And that one's blocked straight down. Sarah Bolduck with the kill off the hands of some Tartans and out of bounds.
And that was a good instance right there of how you see Vivian Lisboa really making a big difference for Stevens, even when she's not the one with the final stat. Playing a really key presence on the court as that goes too far on the serve.
Joan to serve. Set cross court and out of bounds by Bolduck.
Man, a really good attack there. I thought she was going to get the kill on it, but just a hair too far. She was going right toward the table on it.
Right at the Ducks, attacking them. Up, kept alive by Tumala, sent to the backcourt. Gavro's able to save that one. And there's the kill for Eva Turoli to get the Ducks fired up.
Had a really good response from Carnegie Mellon there on the near side, but then Stevens was just all over it on the response on the other end of it.
Bolin now serving. Goes straight at Jackson. Up for Jackson. Diving save by Schmeider. And that kill by Sarah Bolduck lands on the Tartan side after a deflection off McFarland and Woodard.
Stevens now with 11 kills to CMU's 9. Everything razor thin here, 14 all.
Good dig by Stevens defenders to keep that one in. And that kill attempt by Jackson goes long for the Stevens point. Jackson calling for a deflection. Not going to get it.
Yeah, they were hoping it went off of a fingertip, grazed somebody, but it did not. Stevens, again, with really good heads up. I think that's been one of the key differences in this 1-point lead as well for the Ducks.
Ball on a serve. And at Gavros. Gavros there once again for CMU. Out for Woodard, and there's a kill for Bella Woodard.
Stevens' coaching staff was thinking they saw some sort of violation there, but officials were shaking their heads at him, so this game will remain tied again.
McFarland serves straight at the libero for the Ducks. Sent over for the reset. Small underneath it. For Woodard, blocked the net by the Ducks. Jackson sends to the backcourt. And the referee's going to call that one a deflection and out of bounds for a Tartan point.
A lot of these attacks from CMU have been super powerful, and it works well when Stevens doesn't get underneath them or doesn't get it cleanly like they did there, but there's been some other times where it's gone long as that almost goes out for an ace, but Stevens does a good job keeping it alive.
Dug out by O'Neal. Saved by Jackson. John underneath it. Sent cross court by Woodard off the hands of Ella Bolin. And that's going to fall for a CMU point.
There's that power again on the attack for CMU. And they don't get to that point in the attack if it's not for Jackson's dig that hopped over the net. Somehow CMU able to keep it alive there. That was impressive.
And that's going to be a Stevens point.
Hergenrother with the error there.
Craver to serve, top 40 in aces in the conference. And there's a quick kill there by the Ducks. Alexa Brucalari able to sneak one past the front line of the Tartans.
A little setter's dump for her. She was able to tap it over. Led the team with 27 assists in the MAC Freedom Championship, but there she gets a little point for herself on the kill.
Up for O'Neal, kept alive by the Tartans. Up for Woodard. And Woodard able to plant it.
You've got just two totally different styles of play here from CMU. And that kind of tempo offense, you almost want to call it. And Stevens, who's been a very methodical, playing very textbook volleyball here. It's been a 1-point game almost this entire set.
The freshman Danny Lee to serve. Right at Schmeider. Sent over by the reset. Kept alive by the Ducks. Schmeider underneath it. For O'Neal. Kept alive by Jackson. off the hands of Schmieder. And that's a kill for Kate John.
And it's a rare 2-point lead as well for CMU. Outside of that 4-0 beginning to this set, that's the largest we've seen since.
And there's a kill for Eva Tiroli to answer back for the Ducks. 5'11" libero, getting ready to serve. Kept alive by the Tartans. Jackson sends it cross court. Up for O'Neal, right at Gavros. Big block at the net there by O'Neal.
Impressive stuff for the 6-foot first-year student. A lot of youth on this Stevens squad as well. They have just 3 seniors on this roster.
Gavros with the set for Jackson. Kept alive by Schmieder. Lee with the set for Jackson, and that one's blocked out of bounds by Vivian Lisbow. Catherine Jackson to serve. Sent over dangerously by the Ducks. And drawn with the kill off the hands of the Ducks and out of bounds. And that's going to force Coach Fry to take her first time out of the set. As CMU leads 21-19 over Stevens Institute of Technology in this first set. And we'll be right back after this. And we're back here at Carnegie Mellon University. This NCAA regional tournament match. CMU leading 21-19 in this first set. It has been a back and forth matchup so far, as Stevens has been able to hold their own against the 3 seed.
Stevens Ducks trying to make it to the second round of the NCAA tournament for the 4th straight year. That's the good news for them in the program history. The bad news is that's where they've been eliminated each of the last 3 seasons. So they'd love to make it to day 3 of the regional here in Pittsburgh, but they've got some good history on their side, as does Carnegie Mellon, who has gotten past the first round in 2 of the last 3 years.
And that's going to be an ace for Catherine Jackson.
That's the first of the match for either team. And it comes over 40 points in.
That one off the hands of Ella Craver. Right back at Craver. Up for O'Neal. Up for O'Neal. Blocked at the net by the Tartans. And Alexa Brucalari able to drop it in off the deflection.
That's Brucalari's second kill of the evening. She's got a team-leading 5 assists. Her and Molly Harris are tied in that regard for Stevens.
This is Harris to serve. Right at John. Lee with the set. Kept alive by Schmieder. Drawn with the kill off the hands of Schmieder. Schmieder thought it was going out, knew it was going out, still got a hand to it.
Yeah, you could see she was really frustrated as soon as she realized that she had touched it. Leads this team with over 415 digs this season.
And that's going to be another timeout from Coach Fry.
So it's been a close game back and forth. Like I said, 4 points, the largest lead of this match. But so I think a lot of times you see a 23-20 score and you think this set's not done, but it almost seems insurmountable in a back and forth kind of razor thin match as this was. But like I mentioned, Stevens has been really good at playing from behind. Haven't been behind much this season, 22-9 on the year. But they were able to come from behind. They had to win the 4th and 5th set over Misericordia on the road Saturday in the MAC Freedom Championship. So they have played with some adversity, lost to them earlier in the season. Here they are back in the NCAA tournament.
After winning 6 straight MAC championships, you have to be able to play under pressure, and this is the most pressure this year so far in the NCAA tournament with this crowd.
Yeah, this is the, it's not the 1 versus 8 matchup, but the 3 versus 6 on day one when you're going up against an environment like this, that's one of the toughest challenges and toughest ways you can begin the NCAA tournament.
Gavros with the serve. Kept alive by the Tartans. And there's a kill. Juliana McFarland.
No surprise to see that she's been outstanding here tonight. That's her 3rd kill in the set, and here we go.
And that serve by Gavros sails long.
Had a little cushion there. So CMU's got a few points to play with here in order to pick up the first set. It's been a while since CMU has lost a set. Got to go back to the quarterfinals 3.5 games ago at this point.
O'Neal serve right at Gavros. Lead with the set. And there's the big kill for number 6, Juliana McFarland. And that will end this first set as the Carnegie Mellon Tartans take it 25-21 against the 6th seed Stevens Institute of Technology Ducks. And we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the Highmark Center here at Carnegie Mellon University for this NCAA tournament matchup between the 3 seed Carnegie Mellon University Tartans and the 6 seed Stevens Institute of Technology. The Tartans took the first set 25-21 in a back and forth set, ending with a Juliana McFarland kill to seal it for the Tartans.
Yeah, you want to talk about back and forth. Largest lead of that set was 4 points. Happened twice for CMU, and very good stats all around for both sides and all the players. But you look at some of these stats to dig deep. CMU had a 57% side-out rate as opposed to Stevens' 48. That's phenomenal for both teams. That's essentially, in volleyball, the rate at which you are scoring when the other team has the serve. So that really indicates a lot of back and forth, and no one going on a run of even 2 points was difficult. So expect to see more of that here. We'll see how Stevens fights back from a 1-set deficit as they did in the MAC Freedom Championship last weekend.
On the team's flip side to get this second set underway, Alyssa O'Neal for the Ducks, getting ready to serve.
It's CMU's first set victory against Stevens since 2017. They met in the first round of the 2019 NCAA tournament, but Stevens picked that win up 3-0.
Up for John, kept alive by the front row of the Ducks. Gavros underneath it. And there's a kill for Bella Woodard to set the tempo and get this crowd rocking in this second set.
That's her 5th kill of the night. She hit a whopping 375. Also had 2 digs in that first set on 8 attacks. 3rd most for CMU. It was very spread evenly.
And that pass attempt by the libero, Schmeider, drops.
That's another ace for Carnegie Mellon. They'll take that as all day long.
Kate John to serve. Once again at Schmider able to complete the pass. Kept alive brilliantly by every member of the Tartans defense. And a big block by Woodard finishes the play for the Tartans.
And you can tell CMU, with as powerful as they've been, they're trying to get Liana Schmieder really uncomfortable in this game. She had 13 digs in the championship. She's been a phenomenal receiver all year long for Stevens, but first the ace, and then that one just kept alive by her as that goes too long, so she doesn't have to worry about that one, and it's a free point for the Ducks.
That one definitely again directed at Schmieder. Vivian Lisboa, the 6'2" senior, to serve. That pass completed by Gavros. Off the hands of McFarland, up for Woodard. Dug out by O'Neal. John with a diving save. And that's going to be a CMU point off a duck violation.
You couldn't tell who they got there. Maybe Molly Harris up front. But again, Carnegie Mellon will have no arguments there. 4-1 lead, a big one again for them to begin a set.
Up for Bullock, kept alive by the Tartans. Jackson blocked there at the net. Up for Jackson once again. Up for Woodard. Off the hands of Tiroli. O'Neal with a big kill off the hands of Shern and set to the backcourt. John was in pursuit, unable to get there. Ella Bolin to serve. John completes the pass. Up and down for the Tartans. Kai Herkenrother.
Herkenrother does a great job bringing really just a lot of accuracy to this team. She's hitting a team best 292 this season. Went 4-17 against Case Western Reserve in the UAA quarterfinals. 5 kills, no errors on 12 attacks to begin her playoff resume this season.
And Catherine Jackson with a kill for the Tartans.
That's her 5th of the night as well.
Danny Lee to serve. Goes cross court. And there's the kill for Eva Tiroli. As Ella Craver enters the match once again. And she has the ball in hand, getting ready to serve. And that pass is incomplete from John. It's going to be an ace.
It's going to be Stevens' first of the match. For a team we mentioned that ranks so highly in aces. They have struggled with that tonight, pinpointing that off the serve. They look for it again.
Right at Rioli, up for Jackson. And that's going to fall for a Catherine Jackson ace. Jackson with the kill there. As she gets ready to serve. Up for O'Neal, set cross court and wide. The Tartan point.
O'Neal really lined that one up, and she was hoping as soon as she made contact, I think you could see on her face, she realized it was a little too strong. She was just praying that one of the CMU players was going to touch it, but saw it sail out of bounds for a Tartan point.
And that kill attempt blocked at the net by John. And that's going to be a timeout from Coach Fry in this second set as Carnegie Mellon leads 9-4.
It's the largest lead of the entire match so far. Have not seen a team until now lead by 5 points, so Carnegie Mellon will be very thankful for that, and they have not had to call a timeout yet tonight either. I think that shows a lot of dominance as well. Although 5 points is the largest lead, a lot of dominance in terms of their confidence, I think, so far tonight. So no timeouts taken by Ann Bach, who is in her 7th year coaching at Carnegie Mellon. I mentioned that these teams met in the 2019 NCAA tournament in the first round. Ann Bach, that was actually her first career NCAA tournament game as a head coach. So she lost that one. So she's looking for a little personal redemption tonight, maybe, against the Stevens Ducks.
Right now, Carnegie Mellon.
Yeah, sorry, go.
Right now, Carnegie Mellon sending a big presence at the net. As we talked about before, those Woodard and Jackson, huge weapons at the net for Coach Bach.
Yeah, they've looked really strong at the net. One thing that I've noticed from Stevens tonight is they have not been making a ton of errors. They've made 7 as opposed to CMU's 5, but that's really, really good precision by both sides so far early in this one. So you're just seeing CMU, I think, do a few more of the easy things right, and you see a nifty setter's dump there that Stevens more than likely drew up in that huddle.
Brucalari, very keen on what she wanted to do with that. Fakes out the Tartans defense. Schmieder, the libero for the Ducks to serve. Right at Gavros. Up for John, kept alive by Schmieder. Up for O'Neal, set cross court. Lee with the set for John. Up for John again, set to the back court, and that's going to find the court for a kill for Kate John.
You cannot give her a layup like that. That was almost too easy for her, and Stevens did a really good job on that initial dig in that series, in that volley. But then all they could muster from the back line was a pop fly right at the net, and Kate Jown really took advantage of that, and it was, like I said, just too easy for her. She was loving that one right up in the air, able to bury it into the back corner of the court.
So we Gavros to serve right at O'Neal. Gavros with a diving save. Try to catch him again was Tiroli. Blocked at the net, kept alive by CMU. Blocked once again was John. And that block finally lands for the Ducks. Vivian Lisboa making her presence known at the net.
Good effort by Zoe Gavros with her team-high 9th dig of the night, but yeah, Stevens just able to capitalize offensively on that series. And now they've got a 10-6 deficit to try to continue digging into.
Molly Harris to serve. Right at Jackson. Sent cross court off the hands of Bolin. And that's a kill for Isabeth Schlemmer.
Molly Harris may have had an opportunity, but she and the rest of the Ducks were headed to the left side of the court, so CMU was able to really throw off Stevens there. They did a good job somewhere early on in the volley.
Tumala to serve. Right at O'Neal. And there's the kill for Lisboa.
That's going to be Stevens' first step in getting back into this game. Lisboa only with 2 kills tonight after that. And she is a pretty good defensive weapon, very good at the net. Leads the team with almost 1 block per set, second in the MAC Freedom, but also a very efficient hitter as well.
Off the hands of O'Neal, on to the Ducks bench. There's the kill for Juliana McFarland. Joan to serve. Right at Schmieder. And that kill attempt just wide by Lisboa as she started to heat up in this second set. Once again at the libero for the Ducks. Sent cross court by Bulldog. Jackson trying to find the corner. Diving attempt there to save it by O'Neal. Up for Jackson. Kept alive by Harris. And Jackson's block attempt is going to go out of bounds. Lisboa now serving for the Ducks.
That point was a total team effort for Stevens. Began with a great dig on the back line. O'Neal, not sure how she got a hand to it, but she kept it alive for the Ducks, who take advantage with the point.
Up for Woodard, blocked by Bulldog and Turoli at the net for the Ducks.
Yeah, they'll share that one for sure, and they did a phenomenal job able to stomp on that ball.
Lisboa with the ace. Firing it at the feet of Gavros.
She's second on the team with half an ace per set. That's third in the MAC Freedom, and now she's got her first of the night, the team's second. And you get a rare CMU timeout as their lead has shrunk to 13-10 here. They still lead, but not by 5 points as they have for much of this second set.
Stevens doing a much better job in the second set, setting that present at the net to counteract the Tartans. Coach Bach trying to cool off this Stevens offense on this possession.
Mentioned Coach Bach in the NCAA tournament. Looking to get to day 3 of the tournament for the first time in her career. Her assistant, Erin Street, I was talking to her before the game. This is some cool new territory for her to be in. She's got family in attendance tonight. She was the former assistant coach at Slippery Rock, and before that she was one of the coaches up at Grove City, a team that we just saw locally win the President's Athletic Conference. So she's been around a lot of good volleyball programs in the last decade or so, but this is one of the most excited I've seen her before a game. Big stage here tonight in the NCAA tournament.
Lisboa to serve. Kept in by Jackson. For John. Kept in by Woodard. Gavros with the set for Jackson. Sent right at O'Neal. Up for Bulldog. And that'll be blocked out of bounds for the Stevens point. Lisboa still to serve. And at Gavros. Kept alive by Lisboa. Off the fingertips of Woodard. Up for Woodard. And that one's going to find the center of the Stevens defense. And Bella Woodard with a kill. Bryn Shern now into the second set to serve for the Tartans. Blocked again by Woodard, and that's going to land right in front of Bryn Shern.
That's back-to-back points, one for each team that fell right on top of the attack line. So just kind of dropped into no man's land, and that kind of cancels one another out. But how about Stevens here? They've cut this down to 2 points all of a sudden.
Bolin to serve. Right at Jackson. Tumala underneath it for Jackson. Turoli's kill attempt kept in by Tumala. Jackson sent to the backcourt, and that's going to be long. It'll be a Ducks point. And the Ducks keep the momentum going.
Don't forget CMU down to one timeout, or actually both teams down to one timeout, so you'll have to use that sparingly as this game has essentially reset about 14 points in.
Kept in by Drawn. Up for Woodard, sent to the back court once again, and that's out of bounds for a Stevens duck point.
Ella Woodard was adamant that that stayed in, but she was pleading her case. It's a tie game either way. 14 apiece.
Bolin still to serve. Right at Jackson. Kamal with the set for Jackson. And Catherine Jackson with the kill for the Tartans.
Just a ton of spacing there for Jackson. And again, that's one where Stevens just kind of lost sight of where she was, where the attack was going to come from Carnegie Mellon. They've been a little evasive tonight, and when they're able to do that and kind of fool the Stevens defense, they've been really, really lethal.
Right at Bolin. Schmader underneath it. Sent over by the reset. O'Neal sends it over. Kept in by Drawn. O'Neal once again sending it over. Gavros is there. Jackson sends it over right back at O'Neal.
Looks like Stevens might have gotten into the net there. It was Brooke Larry, and there was a little miscommunication between her and Alyssa O'Neal. So that was kind of a sloppy volley from the get-go for Stevens. They did a really good job of slowing things down on their part and trying to clean things up, but Carnegie Mellon just too fast.
Lee serve kept in by Bolin. Up for Jackson. Off the hand of Bolin all the way to the back court. And the Tartans looking to extend their lead as they lead 17-14 in the second set.
They've stayed very composed after Stevens was able to bring it back.
And the Ducks brilliantly able to keep that one in play and keep this point alive. And Catherine Jackson shuts that one right down.
Catherine Jackson is on a tear, maybe her best hot streak of the season here tonight. Honorable mention all UAA player, 2.5 kills per set. And she is just on fire, up to 6 kills, hitting just shy of 300 on the night. Also has 6 digs. And just 1 error this evening. She's been pretty much flawless for the Tartans as they lead now 18-14. And, you know, I talked, Grant, about how Stevens has done a good job of playing from behind in high-pressure situations, but 2-0 is a lot different. It's an all-new ball game than 1 set.
They go down 2 sets, especially with this crowd. It could be a hard hole to get themselves out of.
Especially for a Carnegie Mellon team that's been so dominant as of late. That UAA conference tournament, it was a 3-2 win over Case Western Reserve, then 3-0 over Chicago and 3-0 over Wash U for the championship. And you look just before that, a few games, they swept NYU, swept Penn State Altoona. Their only loss in the last 7 matches was against number 9 Juniata, who's won the last 3 straight NCAA tournaments. And that was a 3-2 match. So they went wire to wire with fellow Pennsylvania school there, Juniata, a women's volleyball powerhouse.
The Tartans are going to keep possession coming out of that timeout by Coach Fry. Danny Lee from San Francisco, California to serve. And Bolduck unable to keep that one up. Going to fall for CMU point. And their lead starts to grow. That one clips the net and going to be out of bounds. Service error there by Danny Lee. Ella Craver checking back into the second set for her turn to serve. Right at Jackson. Lee sets it up. Clips the net, kept alive by Craver. Gavros with a great dig. Jackson sending it over for the reset. And that kill attempt by Eva Tiroli is long. It'll be a CMU point as they take a 5-point lead in the second set, leading 1-0. Jackson to serve. Right at Boland. Up for O'Neal. Alyssa O'Neal with a huge kill for her team, as Stevens tries to work their way back into this set. Schmieder to serve. Off the hands of Gavros. It's going to be an ace for the libero for the Ducks.
CMU had the only 2 aces in this match for a long time, but it's now 3-2 in that category in favor of the Ducks. So it's one category they've begun to excel at, and it's just the unforced errors CMU just can't afford in a narrow game like this.
And there's a kill for Kai Herkenrother. She does her job as now she checks out, making way for Juliana McFarland.
That's her 4th kill on 8 attacks. No errors for her. She's hitting 500 tonight.
Gavros to serve. Right at Boland. Up for O'Neal. That's be a violation by the Ducks. And a CMU point.
Vivian Lisboa quickly got with her team there and just kind of encouraged them, told them all to shake it off and face the challenge here at hand.
McFarland tries to go cross court, kept alive by the Ducks. And there's a kill once again. Alyssa O'Neal trying to bring her team back into the set.
And there you see that kind of leadership from someone like a senior, one of the 3 seniors I mentioned on this team, Vivian Lisboa, really step up and make a difference there.
Molly Harris to serve for the Ducks. Right at Jackson. Lee underneath it. For John. Try to get it over the front line. Harris does well to get it back over. Up for John. Blocked, but stays on the Ducks side. And is going to be a Tartan point. Woodard and Tumala back into the match. Tumala, ball in hand, set to serve. As the Tartans lead 23-18 in this second set.
Tartans just 2 points away from winning their 10th straight set.
Big block there by number 6, Juliana McFarland. She went toe-to-toe with Vivian Lisboa. And McFarland won the battle.
That's a heck of a one-on-one matchup there.
Tumala to serve, and that one straight into the net. CMU within 1 of taking the second set and going up 2-0. Alyssa O'Neal set to serve for the Ducks. And that's going to be a service error to end this second set. And the Tartans take set number 2, 25-19, here in the Highmark Center on the campus of Carnegie Mellon University. We'll be right back with the third set right here on the NCAA website. Welcome back to the Highmark Center here for this NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball Tournament matchup between the Stevens Ducks and the Carnegie Mellon Tartans. The Tartans lead 2-0, winning set 1 25-21 in a back and forth fashion and winning the second set 25-19. CMU seems to be in control very much of this match so far. I'm Grant Archuleta, joined with Nick Schmeck.
And what an electric environment. The third person in our broadcast is this crowd right here, right? The 12th man? No, the third man on this broadcast. It has been an awesome atmosphere to wrap up day one of the Pittsburgh Regional here in the NCAA tournament. Big difference there in that second set that CMU won 25-19. Not just the crowd, but you look at, well, it might be because of the crowd, but I was going to say Stevens with 9 of their 12 errors coming in that second set. It may very well be just this environment that they're having to play in. So their hitting percentage, 255 in the first set, triple zeros in the second set. CMU able to take advantage of that.
As the Ducks try and look to get back on track in this third set early. Gavros underneath it for John. Kept alive by Harris. Off the fingertips of McFarland. Up for McFarland. And there's a kill by Juliana McFarland to open up the scoring in this third set.
That's what she does best, and she does it so well. Whenever CMU has home games that are have former Robert Morris SID Ken Baker as the PA announcer, he always says, that's an attack by J-Mac.
And that serve is going to go out of bounds by Tumala. Liana Schmeider, the closest duck to it. Let it go. Good vision by her.
Yeah, this is really a true test now in this third set of Stevens' composure. As they are now down not just by 1, but now by 2 sets to 0.
Tumala, great job to keep this one in play. Woodard able to keep it inside the antenna. Dug out by Gavros. Up for Bolin. And that dig attempt goes out of bounds for the Bolin kill. Alyssa O'Neal to serve. Right at Gavros. Tumala underneath it. Catches the Ducks sleeping. And sends it over right into no man's land for the kill.
It's the second point in a row we've seen the Stevens players deal with a little bit of moisture on the court there. That'll happen. We've seen a lot of volleyball here today on this court.
Kate Jones to serve. That one kept in by Schmeider. Sent over by Harris. Gavros able to dig it out. Up for McFarland. And Juliana McFarland with another kill in this third set.
She's been the difference so far early on in this one. Just 3-2, but she's accounted for 40% now of the points in this third set. Almost an ace. What a job that was by Stevens.
Another good job there at the net. Blocked there by Bulldog. Kept in by Harris. Tumala able to get there. Sent cross court by Woodard. Off the fingertips of O'Neal. And that's going to be a Tartan point. The Tartans looking to go on a bit of a run here. Right at Schmeider. Sent to the backcourt by O'Neal, and that's going to drop off the hands of the libero, Gavros.
Rare mistake there from the back line of Carnegie Mellon. They're trying to get this one to the finish line here. You mentioned they're trying to go on a run. That would be really big at this stage of the game.
Up for Woodard. Blocked by Bolduck. And Bolin unable to keep it in play.
And you're starting to see from a very good player like Boland there and other players from Stevens, not just, don't want to say desperation just yet, still very early in the third set, but you kind of see them maybe get into a mindset where they aren't typically found this season.
Kept alive by the Tartans and Shern. Jackson off a couple of the Ducks. And it's going to fall for a Catherine Jackson kill.
And if you're Stevens, you cannot let Catherine Jackson get hot. You've already got Juliana McFarland to deal with. Jackson was electric in the second set.
Shern to serve. Right at Schmieder. Off the hands of Jackson. And there's a kill for number 10, Kai Herkenrother.
And she's been flawless here tonight as well. She's now hitting over 500 for the Tartans, and it's an early timeout for the Stevens Ducks as they trail now 7-3. What a run CMU is on right now, and really, you know, they entered the UAA tournament, which is, the UAA tournament's really a toss-up every single season. You get 8 teams, well, in almost every sport in the UAA. It's kind of a toss-up when it gets the postseason time, but Carnegie Mellon able to come away with the program's first conference title, and that has just given them an all-new spark that we just have not seen out of this team this season. They've been really good, of course. They've flirted with the national rankings. They've been ranked a couple different times in the 20s. They're 24-8. Went 4-3 in the UAA in the regular season. So it's a good Carnegie Mellon team. They have just shifted into an all-new gear here now that we have entered November.
Like you said, Nick, the Ducks haven't been in many positions like this before. And for them, they can't make any mistakes trying to get out of this 2-set hole. And that's a good way to start getting out of that hole, as Shern hits that one straight into the net.
Right, and just because you have a 2-set lead doesn't mean you want to give any of those freebies to Stevens, because you are still dealing with a very good volleyball team here in the Stevens Ducks. This is not a program and really not an athletic department that is associated with losing very many games.
Kumala there for Jackson, who sends it over for the reset. Bolin is there. Gavros last to touch it for the Tartans, but it's going to go out of bounds for a Duck point.
Great job by Tiroli there. She just came over the top of the net with a closed fist, and there you see, able to just fool CMU right down the middle. Gavros was, like you said, trying to get to it, but there was just no way to answer that. So just like that, and what seemed like it might become a runaway 4-point game early on, right back down to 7-5.
Bolin to serve, right at Jackson. Tumala underneath it for Woodard. Sent cross court right at O'Neill. Up for Bolin. Gavros is there. Tumala with the set. And there's the kill once again by Herkenrother. Danny Lee back into the match to serve for the Tartans. Right at Schneider. Sent to the crowd, kept in by Bolduck. That's going to be a violation on the Ducks.
Another unforced error with the double hit there for Stevens. Carnegie Mellon will take that all day long. They'll ride that right to the 25th point if they have to.
That one straight at O'Neill. And that kill is going to fall for Sarah Bolduck. Off the hands there of Herkenrother.
Talked about how this game is a little bit of redemption maybe for Ann Bach if this result holds. No one on the CMU team has played Stevens before, but if this result does hold, Carnegie Mellon will meet Hope in the second round. That's a team that was actually in Pittsburgh earlier this season. Hope won that game 3-0 when they were ranked number 18 in the country. So two programs there that don't play very often might have a chance to meet twice in the same year, with that second meeting being tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in the NCAA tournament. But Stevens with back-to-back points, so once again, CMU's got to get the job done here first.
Craver to serve. Right at Gavros. Lee underneath it for Jackson.
Does a somersault there on the dig.
Up for O'Neal, set to the backcourt, and that's going to be out of bounds. Just long there by O'Neal. Jackson to serve. Sent right at Schmeider. Up for O'Neal. Gavros, so quick to get there. O'Neal sends it over for the reset, clipping the net. Lee is there, up for Schlemmer. And that block by O'Neal will be out of bounds for the Tartan point.
That was an unreal dig by Gavros there, because not only was it a good reception, but it had a lot of power to get up to the front line. It was right on the floor almost, and she was able to give it perfectly to the setters.
Off the hands of Lee. Schlemmer's there. Gavin sends it all the way to the backcourt for the reset. Gavros again with a diving save. And there to finish it off are the Tartans. And that's going to force a timeout by Coach Fry in this third set.
Man, the defensive specialists don't get a lot of love statistically a lot of times, but Zoe Gavros is showing up in the box score this evening. That was just unbelievable, really, is the only way to describe it. Unprecedented back-to-back digs there on two separate volleys. Carnegie Mellon now with a 5-point lead, trying to win in the first round of the NCAA tournament in straight sets.
Gavros in a bit of a flow state there.
Check this replay out here. You're going to see, once again, Gavros just go down to the ground and pop that straight up. And again, it's not just the fact that she makes contact, but she accurately places it as well. That's the even more impressive part from Gavros.
With one hand.
Yeah, right.
Able to throw one hand out there and get it right up to that front line.
Leads this team with 4.8 digs per set. That's second best in the UAA. And tonight she's got 14 digs. So just about halfway through the third set, able to increase that average. Also has 2 assists in this game as well. So just a really all-around effort from this Carnegie Mellon team. This is just really cool to see this program excel at this level.
And this Tartan team coming out of that timeout full of energy as Catherine Jackson gets ready to serve. Dug out by Brucalari. That's going to fall.
Stevens has to be careful here to not let this one get away. 6 points. No team has had a 7-point lead tonight in any set.
Jackson to serve once again. Set cross court, and that's going to be in by O'Neal.
Great job by Alyssa O'Neal. She's done that crosser a couple of times now tonight, and it's been a hit or miss. Sometimes it's gone out of bounds, sometimes it's tucked right in, but when it's accurate, it is impossible to return.
Schmieder to serve right at Gavros. For John. Blocked out of bounds by Lisboa.
And if this match goes, if this set falls back into that back and forth, that's still not going to be enough for Stevens. This 6-point difference really is going to catch up to them, I think, at some point, if they're not able to put it together a run, which really neither team's been able to put together much of a run this evening.
Gavros underneath it with the set. For Schlemmer. Off the hands of Ella Bolin. And that's going to be a kill for Schlemmer. And the Tartans are rolling in this third set. Lead 15-8. Lead 2 sets to none. That serve by Gavros is going to go long.
You can see the excitement ramping up from the Carnegie Mellon sideline and side of the court as well right now. They're trying not to look at the scoreboard. You can tell as well.
Molly Harris to serve. And that one's going to be a service error on Harris. And teams will trade back-to-back service errors. As Woodard and Tumala check back into the game.
Again, that's one where both teams made a mistake. Both teams get a point, and Carnegie Mellon is not going to complain about that pace of play.
Dug out by O'Neal. Up for Bolin. For John. And that's going to be in. Off the hands there of Schmeider. Kate Joan with the kill for the Tartans. Able to keep this third set run going. And there's an ace for Tea Tumala.
Stevens also out of timeout, so there is nothing they can really do from a tactical perspective here other than some minor tweaks from the sideline.
And that one able to get over to the front line. Vivian Lisboa able to get it right over McFarland. O'Neal to serve. The Ducks down by 8 in this third set. That one clips the net. Gavros had a beat on it. Up for Woodard. Blocked, but it stays on the Ducks side. It's going to be a kill for Woodard. Vivian Lisboa try to get the block there. Once again at Schmeider. O'Neal went for the kill attempt, but blocked by Juliana McFarland. Tartans now with a 10-point lead. Up for Lisboa, able to get it over. Up for McFarland, and that's going to drop in no man's land of the Ducks.
Carnegie Mellon 4 points away from advancing to the second round of the NCAA tournament for the third time in 4 seasons.
Up for Bolduc, kept live by Gavros. Gavros once again with a one-handed save, sending it over for the reset. Tumala up for Jackson. And that's going to be a kill for Catherine Jackson. And once again, Zoe Gavros showing why she's a utility weapon for the Tartans. Dug out once again, but that's going to fall, and that's going to be an ace for Kate John. The Tartans within 2 of advancing to the second round of the regional tournament. Right at Gavros, Tumala up for Woodard. Sent to the backcourt. Off the hands of O'Neal. Harris in pursuit, but unable to get it back in play.
Everyone on their feet here in the Highmark Center. They know what's coming.
Trying to serve. Harris underneath it. Off the hands of Tumala. For Gian. Hitting that one straight into the net. Adrenaline going for the Tartans as they look to advance. Vivian Lisboa to serve for the Ducks. Up for Woodard, off the hands of O'Neill, and that will do it. The Carnegie Mellon University Tartans win 3-0 against the Stevens Institute of Technology Ducks, and they will advance to play the 2 seed Hope College at 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
Your first 2 sets there were very close in terms of the score, 25-21, 25-19, but you started to see both in the box score and then also on the court and in the stands, you started to see CMU just get more and more dominant as the night went on. This is a Tartans team that has now won 11 straight sets. They are UAA champions. Now they've won an NCAA tournament match, and they're going to play tomorrow night for a spot in the round of 16.
Stick around. We'll be turning it over to the PA announcer for the awards ceremony coming up shortly.
You saw the huddle there from Stevens. Got to give them a tip of the cap. They've had an unbelievable season, as they'll be presented with some season-ending awards here tonight as well.
That concludes tonight's opening round match. The final score is Carnegie Mellon 3-0 over Stevens, and congratulations to Carnegie Mellon. The Tartans advance to the second round tomorrow evening right here at Carnegie Mellon University. For tickets or more information, visit NCAA.com. Let's give all these outstanding student athletes, coaches, and staff another big round of applause. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you all for attending tonight's match. Please drive safely and have a wonderful evening.
Congratulations to the Stevens Ducks for a great season as they fall to Carnegie Mellon University 3-0. Carnegie Mellon will be playing the second seed Hope College at 7 p.m. tomorrow night in the second round of the NCAA Division III Volleyball Championship. From our entire crew here at CMU, we thank you and have a good night.